welcome to How to Grow Garden. I'm Scarlett, of course. I am currently standing in my lovely little greenhouse. It is so tiny, I can easily touch both walls. Look at that, actually. I can push the walls out. It's exactly the same distance as my arm length. Interesting. That wasn't on purpose. I don't know the dimensions of the space. I don't think I've measured it. I didn't build it. Bo did all the building, and I have only been doing the shelves. I put these on, and I did the board and batten on the back, which is not finished. I'll put a clip in here to show you what that looks like. But today I would like to tackle a little more. So I've come in here and I've cleaned it up. I know I did a tutorial and I talked about cleaning it, and I got it to a certain level, but I really wasn't happy with it. So I came back yesterday and I really cleaned it up. I got the shelves up, which was really what the big problem was, and I got the containers full of soil and all ready to go for spring, so they're happy and they're here. I do need to go to the old chicken coop, and I have a huge bin in there with all my fun stuff, my, I don't know, my collector's items, my vintage gardening tools, things like that, that I actually want to put on a shelf, but I'd want it like some kind of shelf where it's a little more pretty, where I can place them, and also so I can use them. So this front space, I'm going to try to leave that as empty as possible, so that, you know, like when I'm using it, I'll just take that down. There we go. So I have a space to actually work, and that's very important. I don't want to fill this up too much, but this back space is really good for storing, and I might end up getting lights because in January, February, it's pretty overcast here, so if I do get lights, they will go right across here, and they'll only be on for about, yeah, I'm talking about LED, very low wattage, possibly solar. I'm really big on solar lights. And then they would go here and just keep these going maybe 4 to 6 hours, because it is January, February, March, that kind of thing, before summer really, you know, before growth starts. But today, now that that's all done, it's all tidied up, I got a whole bunch of things out, and I swept the floor, brought in a broom. I'm super happy about all this. Yay, look how cute this room is. What I'm looking for is what that door looks like. Isn't that door adorable? So I want the plywood. Ugh, I hate plywood. Do not like it. Unfortunately, every time we try to build something, I have this nice argument with my husband about, do we have to use plywood? He says, yes. The reason why, apparently, you use plywood on everything is because it holds the structure as one. So you plywood the entire thing, and then you cut out your doors and your windows, and that way if the wind comes, the whole unit is held as one giant piece, right? All stuck together. I can't stand it. I think plywood is terrible and it's ugly. And you know, if we were going to insulate, which is a possibility down the road, you don't know, I never know. I do have a giant bag of insulation that could go somewhere, but I think it's going to go in the goat barn because I really think that they need some insulation in their space. This space, not so much. But what I am looking to do is clad the inside, and I think I want it to go horizontally, even though that's way more work because I'll have to cut each piece. I think I want it to go horizontally, and then all these little things will just be out a little bit. And yes, I'll lose a little bit of room, but it will be so much prettier. And my world, things have to be pretty. If they're not pretty, then I'm not happy, and if I'm not happy, I'm not going to use them. So that's just how it is. If I want to use the space, it's got to be pretty. I do like the front. This is okay. I don't need to change anything about these beams. Just the corners on the front and the back. Definitely the triangle up there, which you guys can't quite see, and this whole back piece. Now, the whole back piece is like, that's a lot of work. It's a lot of wood, and my wood pile is only about that big. We got 6, 7 loads of wood in spring, and some were really, really thin pieces, and some were really like these big pieces. This whole space, everything except the 2x4s, all the cedar that we've built with the house, with my studio, with the 2 barns, with the greenhouse, all of that, and I'm sure there's more. Oh, the decks. Yeah, everything. It all came from cedar. I'm obsessed with cedar. I love it. It's local. It's like 10 kilometers down the road. It smells great. It looks great. It's beautiful when you sand it. It's not so much fun when you don't sand it. It's really, really rough. I just got a splinter so a few minutes ago. So I need to come in here with the sander and sand this up, make it all pretty. But behind here, I'm contemplating if you're even going to see it. Can you guys even see the plywood back there? Yeah, I think you can. You can definitely see it down here, right? So that needs to go. But anyway, so today's project, this is a big intro, I'm sorry. Today's project is to get all that wood over here and to measure this room and maybe start doing the tiny pieces or the back, I'm not sure. We'll see how far I go. I'm actually watching the chickens. They're running up my little steps and across the porch, which is so cute. And I don't have a clip of it, so I won't be able to show you guys that. But anyway, they're running all over the place. I'll throw a clip in of something. But I really want to get the wood over here and put it in the front, because when it does snow, I don't want the snow where the driveway is. The driveway is going to be plowed, and it could potentially plow on top of my wood pile, and then, you know, I've got 5 months of not being able to work on this. So if I get the wood here and I put a tarp on it, at least when I want to come out here and freeze completely and totally, I can and work on this, or I could get it done today. So I don't know. So that's my blurb for this morning. Since I haven't started, I have no idea if it's actually going to get done today. So you guys will know before I do, except I have to edit this video, so I guess I'll know before you do, but you know what I mean. Yeah. But so far, I really like this space. I'm very happy with it. Mostly because this is going to be our new stage. This is where all of the teaching, all my tutorials, all my how-tos, all my episodes, you know, not the garden stuff, but like the how-tos, how to grow this, how to do that, how to store this, how to clip that, how to propagate this, that kind of thing. It's happening in here. Yay! Okay, so I'm going to turn off the camera and go get some stuff, and maybe I'll put you guys somewhere else, and I'll just do like a fast forward, see what happens. And then I guess I'll check back in with you at the very end, and we'll see how it goes. Like always, I'm all by myself today. I don't have any help, and I have no idea how long this will take. So it might be very quick, which is very, very unlikely, or it might take forever. So we'll see. Oh, I also want a shelf on that level, and I have one more board that will fit down there. So I could do that, and then I could just put my pots, because I have all these terracotta pots and stuff that are up there. I could bring in here, and I need to bring my blueberries in. They are also out, and they should come in here too. All right, we got some tools. Of course, they're in a basket. Hammer, in case I don't want to use the compressor. Screwdriver. Circular saw. Some nails. Finishing nails. What is this called? A triangle. A square. That's what it's called. A square. Don't cut without a square. They are going to be 11 and 9. Okay. So let's write that down somewhere. This is going to be 11 inches going that way. This is going to be 9 inches. It's like writing my height, which it's not, because that would be crazy high. And it's 100 inches going up. All right, let's see how this looks. I'll have to butt up from there and there. Perfect. Okay, she's on. It's very wet, but that's all right, it'll dry. 112 and 1/4. 112 and 1/4. This 2, 3. Okay, so now that I've got that on the wall, my plan now is to go ahead and cut at least 5 of them, probably 7, 8, 9. I think I need 9. I'm not sure I have enough of that, but I might have to put 2 together. That's totally okay. So I'll go ahead and cut the first 5, and then I'll go in and I'll put them on the wall, and then we'll see where we are. So I'm going to fast forward this, make it a little simpler. so good with the wrong hand. Okay, I need one more here. This looks really good. So this one and this line are in, so I'm actually working on that one. And I'm going to whitewash. I think I'm going to whitewash. I'm going to whitewash my studio. So I'm tempted to also whitewash this. Just because it'll give a beautiful light finish in here, which will be really nice to film against, and it'll help bounce the light around. And then I'm going to do this section. These have to move. It's getting cold. Where's my scarf? I have a scarf somewhere. There we go. I made this scarf while hanging out with my father-in-law. He actually gave me the pink color. That was the winter before he died. So, it's kind of significant. Okay, so the wall here, I took the shelf down and I had to cut out this section so it fits. It's really simple. You just do 2 cuts and then hit it lightly with the hammer and it pops right off. And this is now going back on. Now these are not the right width, but I have to wait until next year until we get another ridiculously huge load of wood before, I might have something small I can put back there, but I don't know. They're really long. And I'm really out of wood. What you guys saw over there, there's like this much left. That's it. That's all the wood I have left. So, it's pretty crazy. So I want to put this back just a smidge so that the grow boxes can fit, because that's all that's going on this shelf. So that's totally alright. So I'm just going to kind of center it a little bit. And then I'll screw that back on. I should screw this middle section on because it's kind of floating, but it's not going anywhere. So now I need to do this section. This is a little more complicated because it's got 2 of these, so I got to cut the piece, put it in here, and then measure and chop that part out. And it's getting really chilly. I thought I would be done by now. This is proving to be slightly more complicated than I thought it would be. However, I only need that 1 piece, and then a few up this and a few up that, and 2 across the top maybe. Top is particularly important because there's a giant hole up there, so I really want to close that to keep the air from just flowing in. I mean, it'll flow in anyway. And then also when I do the batten on the outside, that'll go up between the rafters, so that will make a difference too. So, this is... Okay, so the way we do this is we really pull it out so we're not messing with that. It should work. So that goes up, that goes up. Perfect! There we go! Oh, that works wonderfully. Okay, let's put all these back. Okay, since I'm running out of light, I think I'm going to have to continue by myself. But these will be the side pieces. See, you guys can't even see that. Okay, so it's day 2 at this project. So this is gonna slip in here in behind, like so. And then the other piece here will go on top. So it rained all night, and then it was freezing rain this morning. So these are saturated, like totally drenched, saturated. Which means I'm trying to squish them really tight together because obviously they've expanded, and when they thaw or dry, when they dry out, they're going to shrink. But that's okay. Oops. Okay, my hands are starting to freeze. I look terrible. Okay, I'm gonna put that wall on. I recut all the wood. I just had to take off 1/8 of an inch, just a tiny, or 2/8 of an inch, tiny little bit. So now we're going to step back up here and keep going. Did you guys see one of these before? This is a giant magnet with a little dish on top, and it comes like this. I don't know who makes it. It says BDS Technique. Anyway, that's what it says in the mail. But it's really cool because it's magnetic, so my nails don't fall on the ground. And I wasn't using it yesterday. I totally forgot, which irritates me. Anytime I've got something that potentially falls, I always feel like it's gonna fall. So this is really, really cool. But anyway, I'm sure you can find it if you wanted something like that online. I don't know where I got it. A building mart somewhere. Okay, so I'm just going to finish up the bottom and this corner and maybe tackle that corner, and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like, because that's a lot easier than having to edit and do it all in fast forward, because, you know, you don't really need to see me in 3 coats in fast forward. So, okay, so I'll see you guys in a minute. You guys see that? Yay! There. She's not going anywhere. So much nicer. Okay. So stick one in here. Ta-da! That's as close as it's going, so if it fits, it fits. If it doesn't, it doesn't, and I don't care, and yay! It's good. Perfect. Perfect. Next question, how do we get it screwed in? So this is 17, and that is 10, and this is 4. 17, 10, 4. I'll be back. Well, it's potentially perfect, except this board. It's gotta go. Oh, nice, nice. Nails. All right. Perfect. on the other side. I can just go right back in there, that's fine. Alright, now we have the very last little piece. Man, my hands are so cold. So, if I could find a piece I could snap. It's so much nicer. That's possible. Okay, let's. I'm going to just draw a line. Can you guys see this? Way down here. Okay, I'm going to draw a line like this. Like this. Then I'm going to cut it very carefully. I'm going to turn it over. This is way too close for me, so there we go. Okay, so that's gonna go way up there. Let's see if this will work now. Oh, this goes here. This somewhere. Ah! Ta-da! Oh my goodness. Look guys. Look! I did it! I totally did it! Yay! Okay, that was a crazy amount of work. I'm exhausted and I'm frozen, but it's beautiful. It goes all the way up. I want to give you a different view, but the coloring, it's getting really dark. I don't know what time it is. What time is it? Actually, you're on my phone, so I have no idea how to look that up. Yeah, it's raining cats and dogs outside. Now, the only thing is this part. This part would be awesome to finish. Is this really that crazy? Can I just do it? I don't know. Can I? Let's see. So that's what I'm talking about. Right here. Okay, it would be awesome if I got it in. It's only actually up until the bottom of the window, or the top of the window, because after that it's a big board. So it's not so nuts. So I'm gonna, I think, measure and take some cuts. I'm obviously not finished. I still have to do above the window and this entire stuff behind you, but the whole section back here, except above the window going all the way to the wall, is all done, and everything from this point down over here is done. So that is gorgeous. What do you think? Right? Isn't it beautiful? I'm going to bring over my sun hats. They're taking up too much space in my bedroom. And I'm going to hang them on the back of the door, which is like the perfect place for a sun hat in your greenhouse. I've cleaned everything up. I've put everything away. I swept the counter. And I did bring over some sandpaper. Now, we have an electric sander, but I tend to do things by hand. You've probably noticed. We do have a compressor. It's right there. It's a huge compressor. It works really well. I've got 3 nail guns that go on it, one of which is for finishing nails. So if I want to, I don't know, make a birdhouse or something, I could do that. And I left it in here with the idea that I would use it in this room, but I just didn't feel like it. I wanted to do everything with a hammer, so it was more fun that way. So I'm going to come back and do this. I don't know when, because the weather looks like it's going to be terrible. Hopefully I'll do it soon. And fingers crossed, the next time you guys see this, it will actually be done. Not just, you know, partially done, because we're getting there and it's looking really good. And I don't know, right now this beautiful red color is so pretty. That's because the wood is wet. In fact, you can see where it's starting to dry. It's really, really wet. The door is not. The door is nice and dry, but everything else is wet. So I'm thinking I might whitewash it. But it also looks really beautiful in the dark color, but I wouldn't get the dark color, and I don't know. I'm not sure. Anyway, guys, tell me in the comments what you think. Do you think I should whitewash it? Which will be really white. You take paint and you add tons of water, and then so it's really a wash. It's not. I'm not going to paint it and actually sand the paint off or anything. I've heard people do that, or paint it and rub the paint off. I'm just going to add water to primer and then do a wash with really wet water, which works really well with cedar because it's so highly absorbent. It will pull in all the water without necessarily pulling in tons of paint, so it gives you this really light whitish, almost gray tone. So maybe like the middle board is what the whole thing would end up looking like. So it kind of looks like it's been weathered really well. Yeah, so I think I'll do that because that would be cool. I still want to do some framing in here on the windows, but I don't think I have enough wood, so that's a big problem. So maybe it's possible that this might be as far as I get for quite some time, because the wood that I have that's still thin, there's not a lot left of it. I'm really using, you've seen, like, these pieces are half torn off and broken and stuff, and I'm just kind of taking 2 bad ones and putting them together, and then they overlap in the middle, and you don't see the part that's all ripped because it's so thin, because this is really the leftover, the cutoffs of the cutoffs. So, but, you know, it looks amazing, and I'm so happy. Yay! So anyway, thanks for watching. I am Scarlett, and have a great day.